coming up on MovieBuff. We step into the future with Christian Bale and Bryce Dallas Howard in Terminator Salvation. Take a trip around London with Emma Thompson and Dustin Hoffman in Last Chance Harvey. And our final destination is France. Diane Kruger stars in Anything for Her.
We've been fighting a long time. We are outnumbered by machines.
We've waited long enough to see how that cute little John Connor turned out, and bless him, he's turned into the hero we all hoped for. Christian Bale plays the lead in Terminator Salvation, and we pick up the story in the future, when Skynet's evil forces have virtually wiped out the human race, but for John and his not-so-merry men. They're joined by Marcus, played by Sam Worthington, a criminal from the past who wakes up to an apocalyptic world, and there is something about the new ally that Connor is suspicious of. So after his infamous rant, is Bale pleased with the finished product?
If it was just sort of something for a quick bit of cash from the owners of the rights, I wasn't interested. But I think we ended up with a script in the post-Judgment Day world, which is really something quite new. And I love the mythology myself, and I just really got excited by the idea to be able to recreate that and revive it. And we'll see if the audience embraces it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see about that, because early thoughts are the film is poor, lacking in character, lacking in plot, and adding little to this incredible franchise. Like any McG film though, the special effects are stunning, and perhaps that could be this film's salvation.
Everyone, when from Terminator 1, wanted to see the machines try to obliterate the humans. It was touched upon briefly in Jim's movies. We've expanded that world, and it's visceral, it's exciting, and damn, it's a summer popcorn movie, you want to get your $12 worth.
Worthington steals the show from Bale, who is frankly disappointing. Considering how mind-blowing his performance in Empire of the Sun was when he was 13, it seems this once character-acting behemoth is losing his touch, or simply just loves playing Batman.
Cast your minds back to the worst day you've ever had. Times that by about 10, and you'll still be nowhere near the pain of Dustin Hoffman's character in Last Chance Harvey, who's literally having the 24 hours from hell. Stuck in traffic, misses a plane,
that flight's now closed,
loses a job,
it's over, we're letting you go,
and turns up to his daughter's wedding only to find she's chosen her stepfather to walk her down the aisle.
Brian's been a really big part of my life for the past few years. I'm gonna ask him to give me away tomorrow.
What makes you think Harvey Shine's broken a mirror? Of course, the Hollywood actor's never had it this rough. Or has he? I can't imagine you've ever been as unlucky as this guy.
Yes, we are all unlucky. We just don't want to admit it. Life is never the way we want it to be.
Really? This is the man who's won 2 Academy Awards, 6 Golden Globes, 3 BAFTAs and an Emmy, let's not forget. Anyway, there to help him out of the doldrums is Emma Thompson, as single 40-something Kate Walker.
Hello, Mum. No, I'm out, actually. Yes, with someone. Yes, a man.
They first worked together on the film Stranger Than Fiction, and both couldn't wait for an excuse to come back together.
She's the most generous actor I've ever worked with. She's the smartest, and she's the funniest, and she's a gift for anyone to get to work with.
And who says Paris is the city of love? According to writer and director Joel Hopkins, it's our very own capital.
I wrote this in New York, and I think I was a little bit homesick for London when I wrote it. I was born and bred in London. So for me, it was natural, and when I wrote it, it came very easily. And I think that's why, it's a slightly romanticised view of London.
One of the first rom-coms in ages not to feature Jennifer Aniston or any of the other usual suspects. Instead, they've gone for Oscar winners, and it clearly shows. It's dramatic, realistic, witty, and almost tear-jerking in places thanks to the legend that is Mr. Hoffman. And yes, that really is him playing. So just like these two, prepare to be seduced.
With films like Troy and National Treasure, Diane Kruger has appeared alongside some of Hollywood's finest talent. But the German-born actress doesn't just go for roles in big blockbuster hits. Being fluent in several languages proves quite handy for the star. She speaks German, English and French, the latter one in fact landing her first acting roles. Diane's latest film is French thriller Pour Elle, Anything for Her, where she stars alongside Vincent Lindon. It's the story of happily married couple Lisa and Julian and their son Oscar, who see their life unexpectedly turned upside down after Lisa gets convicted and sentenced to 20 years for a murder she didn't commit.
Lisa! Merde! Lisa! Mais vous me faites mal! Allez, on se calme! Calmez-vous, c'est bon, calme. C'est bon, je suis calme. Vous êtes Lisa au clair? Oui! Il est 8h18, à partir de maintenant, vous êtes placé en garde à vue. Quoi? Mais pourquoi? Qu'est-ce qu'elle a fait? Lâche-moi! Lâche-moi! Allez, c'est bon, embarquez-la. Pourquoi est accusé? Julien! Lisa! On se calme! Pourquoi l'accuser? Calme-toi, je te pourquoi l'accuser? De meurtre. Quoi?
Julian's convinced of his wife's innocence, but all legal appeals fail, and he then decides to resort to more extreme measures. It's a desperate final attempt to get his wife out of prison. First-time director Fred Cavay's feature has been received well by the critics, and quite rightly so. It's a gripping, suspenseful story with two very convincing performances by its two lead actors. Thriller fan or not, Anything for Her will keep everyone glued to the screen up until the very last minute.